What's up, everybody? I don't know what the hell happened. I apologize to everybody watching. My computer just crapped out on me. I couldn't really tell you. So this is just going to be a continuation on to what we were talking about previously. So we're back on. We're talking about running backs. So yeah, guys, this is just a continuation. We'll open up to an open discussion later. So yeah, just talking running backs. I was talking Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is pretty much strapping the Steelers right now. I mean, I asked you. I think I was literally asking you, is it worth Le'Veon Bell getting re-signed by the Steelers?
And basically, I don't know if the other video got this, guys. Sorry, it sucks. But hold up.
No, we're good.
Okay.
I love technology.
If we would have went off again, he would have never heard from us again. Just look for us at Ghidorah's. No, but in all seriousness, I was saying, I don't know if it got on there, but I was just saying you don't want to put all your eggs into one basket, essentially.
Right.
You don't want to pay Le'Veon that much if you want to keep other guys around.
That's
the bottom line, man. But like now, say you're a team like the Vikings who really didn't have anybody for the longest time. That's why you pay AP all that money. You know what I mean? But you guys are already kind of sound everywhere else. Why risk losing all that for one guy? You know what I mean? So
yeah. We're gonna do a little quick giveaway. We're trying to do that actually in the midst before my computer went down. But eventually we're gonna get a studio that actually works. But anyway, this is what we got. Anyway, the question is, because we were talking about running backs, the question is, Le'Veon Bell is signed for $14.5 million. Name me the next top 4 running backs in 2018 getting paid under Le'Veon Bell. So Le'Veon Bell is the top running back. Name me the next 4 to even up the top 5. So I need 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when you call in, I just need the name. Just the name. So Le'Veon's 1. Give me the next 4. The reason why I say that is because Le'Veon Bell 14.5, you're looking at the next person making 8.2. So Le'Veon Bell is trying to make this next jump for running backs to make as much as the President of the United States. Look, the running back position, to me, I don't know about you, but to me, I mean, isn't really that important in the league anymore. I think it's a pass-happy offense now in the league. Yeah. Like, this isn't the 90s. You don't have Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders. You don't have those offenses that literally run I formations and they're looking for 3-4 yards, and then you got Emmitt Smith and the Walter Paytons and stuff like that. I mean, now it's all shotgun. Now it's all, dude, if you have 5 good receivers, that's really what we want. So yeah. So still haven't gotten anybody that's given us the top 4 behind Le'Veon Bell yet. We do have one person that chimed in with 1. Still looking for 3 more. 3 more. So yeah. So anyway, going back into what we really wanted to talk about, the NFC South. Now, the NFC South, we're going to show you each team breakdown right now, depth chart. We're going to start with the Bucs. Now, this is currently what the Bucs defense looks like as of right now. Yeah, well, we started off with the Bucs. It's rough. It's early. So we started off with the Bucs. Now, we were talking about Trumaine Johnson from the Rams. I think Trumaine Johnson winds up finding a spot maybe on the Bucs roster. The Bucs have a lot of money to spend in the offseason, and I really think that somebody coming in as a number 1 like Trumaine Johnson would easily bolster this defense up. But let's just take a look at the defensive line. So you got Golston, McCoy, Silga, and Ayers. Now, everybody knows Gerald McCoy is solid, but I still think they need another defensive tackle. and they need somebody on that defensive line, edge rush, that has to help out. Golson didn't do anything for him last year, and that was a big disappointment. Now, Robert Ayers is pretty good, but I still think that they're still looking for that edge rusher that, they need to get to the quarterback in order for them to have the crappy secondary that they have right now. I mean, if you have a good front seven, your secondary doesn't have to be amazing, because now you're just giving the quarterback less time to throw. So if your secondary's crappy and your front seven is mediocre, then just keep bolstering the front seven, and then the secondary doesn't have to have so much stress. So that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, you got David Alexander and Beckwith as linebackers.
Lavonte David's a beast, I think.
I like David. Alexander's okay. I think he could play better at times. And then Beckwith, I don't know, man. I still think defensively, in my mind, I'd go out and get an edge rusher and at least another linebacker or two. You can find that in free agency. It's not that bad. Oh, real quick, it looks like we do have a winner on the giveaway. Yes, the 4 running backs behind Le'Veon Bell are Devontae Freeman, LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, and Lamar Miller. So, actually, yes, that is correct. It looks like we have a winner. So, congratulations. You'll be getting a $25 gift card. So, thanks for tuning in. Yeah! Price is right. What's up? Yeah, just looking at this defense, obviously, I would bolster the front seven. Brent Grimes, Shippensburg alum, shout out. I don't know if he's going to come back or not. I know the Bucs want him, but look, the secondary's bad. T.J. Ward, bad. Chris Conte, bad. There's just a lot in the secondary that the Bucs need, and Tremaine Johnson, if they want to go that route, is going to cost a lot of money, but it's definitely something that the Bucs could use as a number one cornerback on that team. So, I mean, what's your opinion looking at this defense? I mean, in your mind, what is this? I mean, seriously, this is why the Bucs are bad. The Bucs are bad. This defense is just, I mean, you go a whole lot with this, but I would say go back to how the Tampa Bay Bucs won the Super Bowl in the early 2000s. You got to bolster the defense. Yeah. Have to. Like, the offense, okay, whatever. Get a playmaker here and there. You just signed Mike Evans to $82 million. That's great. Mm-hmm. But you still have Jameis Winston throwing him the football. Look, you can win a Super Bowl by not having the greatest offense. Go out and get a defense. The Bucs have the money. I want to see the Bucs spend some money on defense this year. And, yeah. So, that's me on the Bucs D. And obviously, offense. We'll just talk their offense.
Eating W's.
Or lobsters. Yeah. Whatever. So, the running back situation is atrocious. They actually had the worst rush game last year in the league.
And then they got rid of Doug Martin.
Yeah, Doug Martin is no longer. I didn't really talk Doug Martin too much because I really don't know what Doug Martin's actually going to do. I don't know if Doug. I don't know. Huh?
Didn't he have like a mental breakdown or something?
Yeah, man.
He had to take his step away from the game.
Yeah,
I don't know what to think about that, but they said the Raiders want him. He'd fit with Raiders Nation. Mental breakdowns, you know what I mean?
The black hole? Yeah. He fit out there. I mean, I look at the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders need him. I don't know who Doug Martin goes to. It's got to be a team that has absolutely nothing to show for, like the Seattle Seahawks. Mm-hmm. Like, you literally have no other running back. Obviously, you couldn't do it in Tampa. I don't think you're going to do it in Seattle either. That's me. But going off the Bucs, I'm going to show you real quick on the free agents that I made a little video of. Again, I don't own these videos or anything. Just showing you some highlights. So basically, this is Doug Martin. This is the guy we're talking about right now. Doug Martin is, if he can be like this, then a team might have a chance at picking up a steal. Now, this is not last year's highlights. I promise you that. This is 2016 and 15. This isn't Doug Martin what he did last year. Because, again, their offense was terrible last year. So, if Doug Martin can come back, besides the Raiders, who do you think Doug Martin might have a chance with? Besides the Raiders. I mean, do you think he's a number one on another team?
Low risk, high reward behind a Saquon Barkley in the Browns.
Okay, so you're thinking
low kind of contract, just kind of.
I mean, you know, with the way, honestly, with the way that things are shaping up in Cleveland, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, obviously, the Cleveland Browns could surprise me and do something else, like get Le'Veon Bell. I don't know. It ought to be interesting, but
they got Bell.
Yeah,
you'd be hurting.
My God! But this is that's Brent Grimes. I don't know if he's going to come back. It hurts because I love Brent Grimes, being a Shippensburg alumni myself. So I don't know.
He's old, man.
He is. But the thing of it is, looking at the corners out there, he's not that bad. Compared to some other players, I think if the Bucs are smart, they re-sign him. They still get Tremaine Johnson or Malcolm Butler. The thing of it is, you got to entice these guys to come. You really do. You got to entice them. If you don't have anything down there that they want to play with, then why are they going to come? That's probably what they told Jarvis Landry when he went to the Browns. Hey, man, don't worry. We're going to be picking up players. You're not the only dude coming. Mm-hmm. Plus, a.k.a. we have Josh Gordon. Remember the name. So, this is a little bit of Brent Grimes. This is on ODB. And, dude.
As you can see, ODB against the white line again.
Yeah, dude. So, Odell Beckham. He's basically covering Odell Beckham. And this is what I'm talking about. Just looking at the offense, I'm just going to name Jameis Winston. Last year was the 16th ranked quarterback, 19 touchdowns, 11 INTs. Their starting running back was Peyton Barber. It's okay if you guys don't know him, because we don't know or care about him either.
It's Rondé's cousin.
Yeah. Mike Evans was number 14. He had over 1,000 yards with 5 TDs.
And he just got paid.
And he just got mad paid. Deshaun Jackson, he number 16, right behind, but his numbers weren't as staggering as I thought they could be. He only had 668 yards with 3 touchdowns. Those numbers need to get a little bit higher for number 2, in my opinion. And then you got Humphreys, not ranked, 631 and a touchdown. Yeah, tight end spot. I like Howard, but the offensive line. Dotson was ranked 7th as tackle. Smith was 53. Marpet, center, number 7. Panfil and Sweezy both ranked in the mid-50s. So the guard spot in that center of the line, I think could wind up doing something in free agency. The guy that I think could go to the Bucs or the Panthers, I'll talk about that in a little bit, could be Ryan Jensen.
Oh.
Your boy Ryan Jensen from the Ravens could wind up going. They need it. So, offensively, I would have to say the Bucs. They got to start spending in free agency. Offensively, I would do the offensive line. They have Deshaun Jackson. They have Mike Evans. They don't really need another receiver in free agency. They can go out in the draft and get that. Tight end, they got Howard. Jameis Winston's going to be there for a couple more years. So it's not going to be quarterback. So basically, like I said, defense.
The thing that sucks for them is they're stuck in arguably one of the best divisions. I mean, you got a playoff team, Super Bowl team in the Falcons. You got a playoff team, Super Bowl team in the Panthers.
Right.
You have a playoff team, Super Bowl team in the Saints.
Yeah.
That's kind of sucky to go against.
Well, hey, for $71 million to play with cap space, they better do something. If you're a Bucs fan, you better be praying for defense, not offense. Your offense really, to be honest, your offense besides the run, I mean, this is what you guys finished last year. You were the 9th offense in the league. 9th. You were 4th in pass. You were 27 in rush, and you were 18 in points. So you weren't dead last. I think Seattle was actually dead last in the run, but you were pretty damn close. 27. I mean, look, if you're anything outside of 15 and up, you're terrible. Pretty much at that. Like you got to be at least. I like anything 12 and higher. So basically, anything from 1 to 12, that's pretty solid. And for you to have the 4th pass offense last year, that's pretty good. But your defense ranked 32. You were the 32 ranked defense. 32 in pass, 23 in run, and 22nd in points. Defense all day, Bucks. Defense all day. So moving on. If you guys like the Bucks, if the Bucks are your team, let us know who you guys want in the draft, free agency. I better hear defense because really offensively, you don't really need that. Let's go to the Falcons. Falcons real quick. Basically, defensively, I think they're still good. There's really not a whole lot in Atlanta. Here, let me just run through what the Falcons ranked defensively. They were 9th in defense last year. 12th against the pass, 9th against the rush, 8th against points. So, really, there's not a whole lot you got to really change. Yeah. The one guy that I will say that's probably going to leave, well, two, really. Adrian Claiborne and Dontario Poe. Now, real quick, I'm going to give you a little video of what I made with Dontario Poe and Claiborne. So, this here, if it works, if it doesn't, yeah, here we go. So, this is Dontario Poe. He's a beast, dude. He's a run stuffer. Dontario Poe, last year, let me see here. Yeah, here we go. So, Dontario Poe was... yeah. So, we had Jarrett. And so, basically, Dontario Poe last year was a 35th ranked defensive tackle. Jarrett, right next to him, actually was 14th. So, he actually did better. But this is what I mean. Dontario Poe is a beast. Now this is Claiborne. Claiborne last year went off. Had let me look at his sacks last year. I think he had 9.5 sacks last year. I don't know the specifics, but I think it was 9.5. I think all pretty much 9 looked like they came against the Cowboys because I believe he had like 5 sacks in this game, 5 or 6. So. This is what the Falcons are going to miss in if they lose these guys in free agency, is going to be the interior line. If Claiborne and Dontario Poe both leave, then in the draft, yes, they will have to go out and get somebody for the middle or an edge rusher. But because they're not in the top 10 in the draft, I don't know what's going to actually be available to them as edge rushers come available for the Falcons when they pick. So, could be free agency, but the thing of it is, for free agency for the Falcons, the problem the Falcons have is they only have $12 million in cap to play with. So, the draft is really going to be where the Falcons go. Now, in your opinion, where do you see the Falcons? Where are their needs? What do you think? Do you think Julio needs somebody with Sanu? Because Taylor Gabriel's probably going to leave.
Yeah, he's going to leave. Yeah, I think so. Are you a believer in Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman?
I like Tevin Coleman. I mean, it's a really good 1-2.
Really good.
Really good.
One of the best in the league, would you say?
Yeah.
There was a little hesitation there.
I mean, 1-2. I feel like you're trying to hit me with something.
I'm just wondering because Freeman got paid. Coleman's going to want to get paid. Do they both?
Get paid? What
like
do you
like a D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart type deal?
Yeah, that's really what they got.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
What, in your opinion, is Tevin Coleman worth starting running back salary?
Based in playing half the workload. If that.
Right. But what I'm saying, do you think Coleman deserves to have Freeman's contract? Is he good enough to have Freeman's contract? I'm going to put you on the spot, man.
I'm going to say no.
No?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. All right. Hey, you heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Actually, I'm just going to give you some stats. Last year, Devontae Freeman was 19th in PFF, which he had 865 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. But through the air, he had 317 yards receiving with 1 touchdown. Now, the difference in Freeman and Coleman, in my mind, Coleman was ranked 28th. He had 628 yards rushing with 5 touchdowns, but I think he's better in receiving than Devontae Freeman, because last year Coleman had 299 and 3 touchdowns. The thing of it is, I feel like Coleman's so used to being that third down back that he's just it's almost it's molded inside of him that he knows how to get open in the flat a lot more than Freeman. I see Freeman being more of the first, second down back. Freeman can play 3 downs, but I like Coleman. I like Coleman really to stay as what he is, a third down back, kind of like a Dion Lewis.
Now, yeah, I was gonna say,
you know what I mean?
Now, well, Dion Lewis is gonna be the next Shane Vereen. He ain't gonna do anything with the team he goes to, I don't think.
Yeah.
But here's the perfect example, and it's gonna happen this year.
Okay.
Jerick McKinnon, Latavius Murray. Jerick McKinnon says he's going off. He's going to start in the league. So we're going to see right now. He's basically the Tevin Coleman. If he can't do it, Tevin Coleman ain't going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? When he goes, if he goes to leave to start, because Jerick McKinnon said he wants to start. Why would he come back when Dalvin Cook's going to come back? You know what I mean? Then that's going to be. But you could also argue that the Vikings use them differently. They Vikings basically, literally, they just rode the hot hand. If Jerick McKinnon got a 10-yard gain, he was their rusher for the next 9 rushes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which it's kind of hard to compare them, but I'm saying Jerick McKinnon and Murray are pretty similar to what Freeman and Coleman did, in my opinion. And I think we're going to see right now if Coleman could survive out in the league with what McKinnon does.
Okay. I mean, I honestly think that
if Coleman leaves, that's if
Yeah.
See, I think Coleman, way in the future.
I think Atlanta would be dumb to let him go, just because they really have a really good thing going on with the run game. I mean, when your run offense is, it's 13th. I think a lot of that has to do with their offensive line. I think, for me, in my opinion, I think besides Mac, I'm just going to give you some stats. Alex Mack, I'm talking, is the center for the Falcons. He was the number 3 center last year. Now, outside of him, Jake Matthews, the tackle was 14th, and Andy Levitre, the guard, was 17th. But then you go into Ryan Schrader, he was 29th, and Wes Schweitzer was 54. So basically, you have a guard and a tackle that I think they can do a little bit better with. If they can bolster the offensive line with maybe a guard or a tackle in the draft or free agency, I think it helps out the run a little bit more. You'll start to see Freeman and Coleman, getting up closer to that 1,000 yards. I like to see if Devontae Freeman's really going to be the number 2 back in the league behind Le'Veon Bell. I want to see him getting 1,000 yards. I mean, he didn't get 1,000 yards last year. He only got 865.
He got less than Alex Collins.
Yeah.
On the Ravens.
That's saying something. But if you're a Falcon fan, let us know. Offense, defense, what do you guys want in the draft? As of right now.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What do you got?
Random thought popped in my head.
Go hit it. What is it?
DeMarco Murray. Where's he going?
Dude, DeMarco Murray. Why not go play with the Vikings?
And join Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray?
Yeah, I mean, or if you're DeMarco Murray, basically your job got handed to Derrick Henry, which both of those backs kind of had a similar. I mean, DeMarco's more in the pass game. I liked him third down. He was really good in the pass game. Throw it to him in the flat, he'd get you a first down. DeMarco Murray is not going to be a starting running back. I don't think he's going to be the number 1. I think he's going to be a number 2. So really, it's all on DeMarco Murray saying, "Am I gonna accept to be the number 2?" And if he does, it's got to be to a contender. He wants to win a ring, man.
And now here's my thing.
Don't you do it.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Oh,
I'm not gonna do the
Don't
Patriots.
you do it.
I'm not gonna. Don't you do it, Ricky Bobby.
Don't
no,
you do it.
I don't want to do the Patriots. But I'm gonna say this: who has the knack for I don't know the last 5-6 years to sign a 30-year-old kind of going down the hill, kind of declining on a 2-year deal and try to hope for the best, especially at receiver and especially at running back? I'll give you a hint: they're in the AFC North. And I'll give you a hint, it's my favorite team. I could see the Ravens seriously doing some dumbass thing, like signing DeMarco Murray to like a 2-year prove-it deal, and he's 30 years old. We have Alex Collins and Buck Allen, but they're just going to be like, you know what, we might as well just sign Murray. And when we go, what about the receiver situation, they'll be like, oh, yeah, we forgot.
So you think your boys are going to maybe take a stab at
DeMarco? Dude, I swear to God, I could see the Ravens.
Look,
I mean, could see the Ravens
realistically... We'll get to the AFC North at another time, but realistically,
that's gonna be a long one.
Yeah,
just buckle up for that one.
You're really playmakers. You really can't like choose at this point. Anybody at this point would make your offense better.
Yeah.
Like DeMarco wanted to come, sure,
yeah.
Bring him on, because at this point, you know, Alex Collins is going to be good, but. What about Kenneth Dixon?
Yeah, and he's suspended. But you know he's a liability. If he gets suspended again, he could be suspended real hard.
Yeah.
But no. But and then Buck Allen, dude, he actually proved himself this year. He didn't like go all out. That's like stats that are like crazy. But if you're a Ravens fan and watch all the Ravens games, you know Buck Allen was a solid number 2 behind Collins.
Yeah.
And I could just see because Harbaugh or Bisciotti, one of the two, did say that, yeah, we're happy with Alex Collins, we're happy with Buck, you know, we're happy with Kenneth Dixon coming back, but we still want that banger at a running back.
I believe it.
I could see him, I'm telling you, dude, I can see it right now, them going, we just signed DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
And then Danny Woodhead's
we did good, right?
And Danny Woodhead's going to be like, guess I'm getting cooked. You know.
But yeah, going to the Panthers now, NFC South. Yeah, Panthers went 11-5 last year. The cap space that they have right now playing with is $20 million. That's before cutting Coleman and Charles Johnson. Obviously, Coleman going to the Saints. But where did they rank last year? Offense 19th, defense 7th. I think we're going to go offense in free agency and draft. Pass 28th. Good job, Cam. 4th in running. Okay, McCaffrey and Jonathan Stewart had a lot to do with that. And then defense, pass was 18th and run was 3rd because Luke Kuechly is the man. And Thomas Davis, this is his last year, by the way. Thomas Davis and Khalil both said that this is their last year, so keep an eye on that. But, all right, Boone, I'm going to hand the floor to you, man. Panthers. What do you think they do in the offseason?
All season, I think what you said is just pretty much dead smack on. I would be surprised, honestly, if they really look hard into the receiver position, because if you've seen their Super Bowl run, they're used to playing with like who the hell is that at receiver?
Now they just picked up Torrey Smith.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying they'll probably roll. Believe it or not, they'll probably roll with Torrey Smith and Devin Funchess as their starters. Seriously,
right?
Because if you've seen their Super Bowl run, they had Ted Ginn as their number
one. That was exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Look, Cam Newton, if you looked at his Super Bowl run, he didn't have the best. He didn't have Kelvin Benjamin. He didn't have number one. So he just had fast receivers.
And what do you get in Torrey Smith, a fast guy? So I'm saying I wouldn't be shocked if the Panthers maybe look at their O-line. Maybe look
because Andrew Norwell's leaving.
Yeah, and maybe at tight end, because with Olsen getting hurt and he's getting older, maybe tight end just for the future.
What about Jimmy Graham?
That would suck.
What about Jimmy Graham or like a Trey Burton from Philly? I like him.
Yeah.
But what about Tyler Eifert? Mr. Injury Prone, Tyler Eifert. I mean, when he's on the field, he's great. But
when
he's only on the
field staff, it's better. You know, he always wanted to be a doctor.
He's actually, I mean, Tyler Eifert's played more in the locker room than he's actually seen on the field for the past couple of years.
He can wrap an ankle. Like
yeah, he can wrap an ankle, boy.
Nah, but
hey, just shout out if Tyler Eifert comes to your team, that training staff is actually going to be on high alert for their jobs
on overtime. No, but can you see them adding? Maybe they lost Stewart. Can they? Okay, free agency or draft running back?
Running back, no. I would say, think about this. They added Torrey Smith and wide receiver. What about if they went out and got somebody like Taylor Gabriel, or they went out and got somebody like Terrell Pryor, or like Dontrell Inman, somebody that like
Watkins?
they could, or Sammy Watkins, dude. Literally, Cam Newton just wants fast vertical receiver.
Yeah.
Mike Wallace, if he could catch, would be great in Carolina. If he could catch. So, I don't know. I think you're right.
But the Panthers is such a tough offense to kind of say what they're going to do because Cam's so versatile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he is.
If he can't pass it, he'll just run it himself.
I had them picking in the first round. I thought they were going to go guard center because I like that dude Billy Price from Ohio State, but I thought they were going to go guard center because Khalil said this is his last year. Why not go Ryan Jensen here? Because Ryan Jensen can play both guard and center. They might go out and say, look, you know, Andrew Norwell is going to be gone. We'll plug in Jensen at guard. When Khalil's gone, we'll plug him in at center, and then boom, you know, now we have, because the one thing that Jensen does have going for him is he can play multiple positions. Mm-hmm. So if you need a center or a guard, just get the redhead Jensen. He's coming down.
Yeah.
So I like that. I think they go offensive lineman in the first round. I still think they could probably do another wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Or if they let Jonathan Stewart go, so they might go out and I don't know. They might have to for a backup running back. Maybe you're right. Maybe second round they have to get a running back, or maybe LeGarrette Blount shows up.
Adrian P.
You think Adrian P?
Because if they were going to lean on McCaffrey heavy and just be like, we just need one guy to come out every now and then.
I don't know. Adrian Peterson kind of, I don't know.
It's the stick thing, isn't it? It's the stick thing and his son.
Adrian Peterson just kind of, I don't know. It's hit or miss with him. He used to be AP. Now he's Adrian Peterson. Now, I don't know. With the Carolina Panthers, I don't know if he fits that. I don't know. We'll see. But these, real quick, going into the Carolina Panthers. By the way, Julius Peppers is going to be a free agent. I think they need to re-sign him. Julius Peppers went off last year. As far as the defense, I think without Julius Peppers, and look, Julius Peppers isn't going to cost you a whole lot of money. He just wants to finish there. But last year, Julius Peppers, 33 tackles, 11 sacks. 11 sacks. The dude is 39 or 38. Like, he's high 30s, and he's still putting up these numbers. You know, they let Charles Johnson go, but he hasn't been the same since 2015 when he had the back injury. So, I think offensive line, defensive line is what the Panthers need to look at. They can get that in the draft. Free agency, though, I think they need to get one more veteran. Maybe linebacker. If Thomas Davis is really going to be done this year, maybe they go linebacker. Maybe they get a linebacker in the draft. You know, because, hey, we need somebody to hang out with Luke Kuechly for a year. Yeah. Let Luke teach you how to be a linebacker, and then next thing you know, you're a Pro Bowler. Yeah. So maybe they go third round, they get a Mike linebacker, so Luke can pretty much teach them. But the big guy's leaving. Andrew Norwell and Charles Johnson left. They let Jonathan Stewart go, and they also let Kirk Coleman go to the Saints. So I think you're going to see a little bit of splash from the Carolina in the free agency, but I think most of it is actually going to come through the draft, in my opinion. But I think Ryan Jensen would be a great fit here just for Garden Center. So, yeah, this is this is Julius Peppers, dude. He's just a monster.
Just an ageless wonder. Just look at that.
Yeah, Julius Peppers, dude. He's God.
Yeah, literally.
And that's against Wentz. Like,
Him and Terrell Suggs and James Harrison must hang out a lot, you know?
Oh my god. Yeah, he's a beast, dude. And this is all last year. Like this is not Julius Peppers in his prime. Now, I'm just giving you some highlights of Andrew Norwell. Dude, this guy pulling lead blocks one-on-one, like this guy is the man. Like I think he's going to be the highest paid guard. Look at that pancake block. Just look, and he can do combo blocks. This guy's got it all, man. 68 is a beast. Just staying on his man, and this is against the Bucks. But you can go and look at his tape. One-on-one blocking, this guy's got it. He's going to be the highest paid guard. Probably looking at $60 million. But yeah, honestly, if your team's looking for offensive help, and you have, and you have
see that Bears team?
yeah, and you have the cap space, go out and look at him. Now, the one team that I think he would like to go to, if they had the cap space, Arizona Cardinals. Reason why? Their offensive line coach was the offensive line coach for the Panthers last year.
Okay.
He moved over with Wilkes. So, and look, Cardinals need all the help at offensive line they can get.
Dude, they need a lot of help.
Dude, and they got if they re-sign him, Alex Boone. Boone.
We are related, everybody. We are related.
So yeah, and now let's talk about the last team in the north, the South. It's the Saints.
And you know who that is, dude. That's Nolans, the Big Easy. I got a warm spot for this team, Kenny. No, you want to know why?
Why, man?
Alvin Kamara. My man, dude.
Alvin Kamara.
Beast. Yeah. I'm telling you, beast. Yeah. I tried to DM him on Instagram.
Put that song back on one more time.
Let me put that song back on for you one more time.
Put that song back on one more time.
Alvin Kamara, I did try to DM you on Instagram.
Kamara, if you... But that's so hot. Yeah, but Saints, look, the Saints offense does not need any help whatsoever. Like, none. I'm just going to pretty much tell you that Drew Brees is going to come. It's definitely going to come back.
Whoever says he's going to leave is an idiot.
Yeah, Drew Brees is not going to leave the Saints. Like, the Saints made Drew Brees where he was. Look, the one team that's got to be kicking themselves in the ass has to be the Chargers. Like, they're just like, hey, Philip, can you do a Brees dance? No.
He's like, can I go to New Orleans?
It's like, can you please win a playoff game? Or make the playoffs? No. Yeah. So, look, the offense last year was ranked 2. Pass, 5. Rush, 5. Points, 4. Do I need to say any more?
They're a beast.
They're a beast. And look, free agency, they aren't losing really anything in offense. The only thing is Drew Brees. He's 39. Look, if Tom's going to play in his 40s, I can see Drew playing in his 40s.
Yeah.
His work ethic it speaks volumes. So the main free agents that they're losing, Kenny Vaccaro, it doesn't really matter. Alex Okafor is an interesting one. He's a sack leader, but he really doesn't stay healthy enough for me. Only played in 10 games last year. Never played a full season in his NFL career. But he did finish last year with 4.5 sacks, 43 tackles, 2 forced fumbles. He's a beast off the edge when he's healthy. Yeah. Defensively, though, they ranked 17th. Pass was 15th. Rush 16th, and points was 10th. They're not that bad, but they can use a little bit of help. I'm going to pull up what their defense looks like for you guys so you can kind of take a little gander at what they're working with. Now, scratch Coleman off at safety. He's no longer there. Neither is Worley. Worley actually was a trade. I think he actually... Didn't he go to Carolina? No.
No, yeah, that's Carolina's.
Yeah,
Worley.
Carolina Worley. That Worley's still there. Yeah, never mind. Might be. So, yeah, looking at the defense here, this is actually... No, Sorry, this is actually the Carolina Panthers.
I was about to say.
I was about to say what? Luke Kuechly? Luke Kuechly on the Saints? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, hold on,
guys. It is 3 in the morning here in Hawaii.
No. For some reason, the Saints defense is not pulling up, so we're coming back to us. Don't know why, but who cares? You guys want to see our faces anyway.
Welcome back to the Saints defense.
Basically the defense that the Saints had last year. They had Jordan on the outside, who I think is one of the best, if not the best, edge rusher.
And he's got the gold grill.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
Seen that?
Oh, yeah. So they got Rankins and Davison in the middle. Obviously, I think they need to get somebody in the middle for to stop the run. Again, they were only 16th against the run last year. I'd like to see them in top 10, especially with that offense that they have. Linebacking core, surprisingly enough, I thought Manti Te'o was going to suck, but he actually did really good last year for the Saints. Yeah. So shout out, because I love Notre Dame. So do you.
Yeah, well, wasn't his girlfriend the Mike linebacker?
That's why he did so good. He actually had an invisible girlfriend that actually made some tackles for him.
We're kidding, Manti. Please come on.
Please come on the show, Manti. We love you. So yeah, you had Manti Te'o, Robertson, and Klein as the linebackers, and then hands down, I think defensive, MVP for them was Lattimore.
Oh, dude, he's
Lattimore was a beast. Look, last year, I'm just gonna give you some stats. Again, Marshawn Lattimore was the number 4 cornerback last year, 52 tackles, 5 INTs. Aside of that, Ken Crawley was ranked 39 with 54 tackles with an INT. The safeties, not too bad. Von Bell, 83 tackles, 4.5 sacks, but Marcus Williams has to be literally kicking himself every day this offseason. All he had to do was tackle Stefon Diggs.
Listen.
Oh my God, that was painful.
I get it if he hits him and it rolls off, but he kind of missed him by like 3 yards.
Well, the thing of it is, his head was down. I don't even know if he knew where he was actually aiming for. Like, if you watch that video, literally he's hitting a blade of grass. But like, come on, man. Dude, head up.
He was just letting them know that Pitt still has shooters out there.
But, yeah, so if the Saints want to make that run, one last shot for Breeze, defense needs to get a little work. I think it's going to be the front that really needs help. I think it's the front, and I also think maybe a linebacker. But they got to get another edge rusher to help, Jordan out. I heard that they were going to talk about getting Arden Key in the draft. I'm going to basically dissect Arden Key's skills. And look, I got a draft. It's called Kenny's Crossfire Corner. Basically, I'm going to talk about all of the draft picks coming out. I got film on them. I watched them. I'm going to be the Mike Mayock here. Shout out. I love Mike Mayock. I did NFL films with him. He's a genius when it comes to the draft. But I'm going to give you my take on a lot of these guys. But they're talking about Arden Key. I think that's a bad choice. I think they do need an edge rusher and an interior. But for the Saints, not a whole lot they have to... I mean, really.
So, now that we talked about the NFC South, who wins it?
Oh, I'm going to go Saints. I like Saints. Who you got?
I got the Saints too, though.
Oh, look at that.
Sorry, that was all 13 of our fans to the left that were cheering us on out there.
Shout out to all the fans that were cheering us on for that one.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Oh, by the way, we got a text in.
Oh, okay.
Southwest Lacrosse starts up next week, and they got a scrimmage going on.
Oh, man.
So, shout out Southwest Lacrosse.
And, yeah. So, hey, just wanted to find out. It says we're offline, but I think we're online. I don't know. YouTube's being weird. I'm pretty sure we're online because it says we're live. But we're not getting any feeds or anything in the live chat. So, you might want to have to hit up the phone number in order to get any kind of a talk through. But yeah, we're gonna talk about baseball, basically high school sports coming up as they start. I'd like to get a little bit more teams involved in the local area, so watch out for that. And then also, I'm going to give you a rundown of some college basketball because March Madness is starting up next week. Just going to give you kind of like a full scoreboard of the teams that are in right now. So let me bring up. Yeah. By the way, the score.
No, sorry.
Oh, by the way, the score in the Carolina-Virginia game is 58-52. Looks like Virginia is pulling away with this one, which kind of sucks. But
yeah,
oh well.
The Tar Heels fall.
Yeah. God. But anyway, full scoreboard today looks like this. So we've got USC and Arizona are playing right now for the Pac-12. Villanova. So Villanova beat Providence. They won the Big East. Cincinnati pulled a win over Memphis. Kansas pulled a win over West Virginia, 81-70. Houston beat Wichita State 77-74. That was for the American Athletic Conference. Rhode Island beat St. Joseph's, and Tennessee beat Arkansas. Yeah. Woo! So, if your team is still playing in the tournament, give a shout. I want to give a real quick shout out to UMBC. UMBC won today on a crazy 3-point shot that will put them into the tournament next week. So Maryland Terps not probably there, but UMBC representing Maryland,
yeah,
they'll be there. Don't know what they'll do, but just shout out. So if you guys like us, love us, give us some love. Basically, share us, subscribe. Next week, hopefully, we will have Facebook running with this as well. So it'll help out with the offline and whatever the hell happened this week. So I apologize for that. But, as always,
if you can't roll with the big dogs, stay on the porch, house of sports.
See ya.